Hello everyone, this is Jean R. Aruba speaking. I am the third reporter for this group and I will be talking about sale price below fair value. You can see this in page 501 of your books or soft copies. So to start, for an illustration, let's put that on January 1, 2020, an entity sold an equipment with remaining life of 8 years and lease it back for 5 years. We have sale price of 5 million. Fair value of equipment is 6 million. Carrying amount is 4,800,000. Annual rental payable at the end of each year is 900,000. Implicit rate interest rate is 8%. Present value of an ordinary annuity of 1 at 8% for 5 periods is 3.99. With the information provided, we must recognize the lease liability. So, lease liability is the obligation to make lease payments. So, how to measure it ba? We need to multiply the annual lease payment and the annuity factor, which dito sa illustration, we have 900,000 as the annual rental payable at the end of each year and 3.99 as the present value of an ordinary annuity at 1 at 8% for 5 years. So, 900,000 times 3.99 will have the result of 3,591,000 as the present value rentals, which this present value of rental payment is the lease liability. So kasi alam na natin ang present value rental or ang lease liability, let's proceed sa pag-amortize. As you can see sa ating amortization table, we have column for date, payment, 8% interest, principal, and present value. So let's start with January 1, 2020, kung saan wala pang payment para sa annual rental, ganun din wala pang interest ang principal. Kasi itong part na ito is the sale transaction at saka wala pang payment kasi nga, di ba, payments for annual rentals only happen sa end of the year of each 5 period. So sa amortization table ng January 1, 2020, we only have present value of rentals for 3,591,000. So next naman is December 31, 2020. End of the year na kaya there will be a 900,000 payment. Kung saan mayroon din tayong makompute na interest kasi may payment na. So this amount is the 8% implicit interest rate of the present value rentals. So to get it, multiply 300,591,000 the present value and 8% interest. So that's why we have 287,280 as the 8% interest. To get naman the principal amount, is minus mo lang yung interest na na-compute natin sa annual rental payment, which is 900,000 minus 287,280. That will give us 612,720 as the principal. So last is yung bagong present value. So kung 3,591,000 ang present value during the sale transaction sa January 1, 2020, mabawasan na yan kasi ina-amortize natin. To do that, minus lang natin ang principal sa present value. So, 3,591,000 minus 612,720 is 2,978,280. At ito na ang bagong present value na gagamitin sa susunod naman. Same lang ang gagawin sa mga computation para makuha ang mga amount na i-fill sa ating table. Just repeat it the same way to get it sa susunod na 4 na period until we reach 5 years. Please turn to page 502 of your books or you may focus on my presentation if none. Dito naman we will measure right of use asset because we need to recognize this. In IFRS 16, paragraph 101 provides that if the sale price does not equal the fair value of the asset, the seller lessee shall make adjustment to measure the sale at fair value. Sa right of use asset, since the seller knows the true value of the asset, it's good to base on its carrying amount. Then during the sale transaction, might na-transfer na rights sa asset ang seller kay buyer. However, dahil ni-leaseback ni seller, may hindi tinransfer. Kung kaya, mag-end up siya na dalawang tao ang involved kay asset. Nahahati si asset between seller and buyer. So, yung hindi na i-transfer na rights kay buyer is yan yung right of use asset, the right retained by the seller. What we will do here is we will know how much is the right of use asset. So the formula is that we divide present value of rental payment over fair value ng asset, then multiply sa carrying amount ng asset. So, ang gagamitin nating situation ay yung sa illustration pa rin kanina. So, carrying amount and fair value is already given. What we will find now is the amount of present value of rental payment because this is going to be our numerator to know the cost of right of use asset. So, here it is. First is kukunin natin ang difference ng fair value of equipment and sale price para malaman natin kung ano yung halaga ng sobra. What will happen is that the 6 million fair value minus 5 million sale price, and that is 1 million. This amount is the excess fair value over sale price. So, ito yung kung saan nagkulang si sale price. But di porket may kulang o nagkulang sa paningin mo is lugi na. It's not, because this 1 million is considered as advance rental. Kasi if the sale price is below the fair value, the difference is accounted for as prepayment for rental. And it will turn out like this, that 1 million excess fair value of the prepayment of rental will be added to the present value na 3,591,000, and that gives us the sum of 4,591,000, and that will be our total lease liability. In solving right use of asset, we have the present value of rental payment, which is equal to the total liability na 4,591,000 divided by fair value of equipment for 6 million, then multiplied to the carrying amount of 4,800,000. That gives us 3,672,800 as the cost of right use asset. Proceed naman tayo sa gain to be recognized. So, ganito yan. The fair value of equipment is 6 million. Yan yung price na binenta mo. Then, the carrying amount is 4,800,000, which is yan yung puhunan mo. So, to know the total gain, i-minus mo lang yan silang dalawa. So, 6 million minus 4,800,000 equals 1,200,000. So, that's your total gain sa sale lang. Susunod naman is yung right transferred to buyer lessor. So, para makuha yan, yung fair value of equipment na 6 million, minusan natin yan nung total lease liability na 4,591,000. Yan yung right retained by seller lease, which is equal to lease liability including excess fair value na. Yang amount na yan yung hindi na transfer. So, i-minus natin, di ba? So, 6 million minus 4,591,000, it is 1,409,000. So, yan yung right transferred to buyer lessor. So, dito na tayo sa kung ano ba yung gain na to be recognized. Kaganina, may total gain na 1,200,000, right? Pero yung 1,200,000 na yan, gain yan siya, pero sa sale lang. Sa sale transaction. But we have lease transaction man, so that 1,200,000, mag-reduce yan siya. May part niya na mag-reduce because there's a leaseback. Or in other words, is dahil may di ka pa na transfer na rights, wala kang full grasp doon sa 1,200,000 na total gain. So, ang formula to know kung ano yung amount na gain to be recognized is that present value of the rental payment divided by the fair value of the equipment of the asset, multiply siya sa total gain. So, ganito lang yan. So, gain to be recognized, we will use the right transfer to the buyer lessor na 1,409,000. I-divide natin sa 6 million na fair value of the equipment and multiply to the total gain na 1,200,000, which will give us the amount of 281,800. So, yan yung gain to be recognized kasi yan yung na-transfer na. Sa gain na to be recognized naman is gagamitin natin yung amount na right retained by the seller, yung 4,591,000, yan yung lease liability. And then, i-divide pa na natin siya sa fair value na 6 million and multiply sa total gain na 1,200,000. That gives us 918,200. So, yan, kapag i-add mo yung dalawang yan, it will still give us a total gain of 1,200,000. It's just that ma-reduce yan kapag kunin natin yung gain to be recognized na 281,800 lang. Yan lang yung right sa asset na transferred to the buyer lessor. Kasi hindi pa dapat gain yung asset na na-retained. Hindi pa siya recognized na gain kung di siya na i-transfer. After this, proceed naman tayo sa entry. You can turn your book to page 503 and andito pa rin naman siya sa aking illustration. So, start muna tayo sa book of seller lessee. So, first is to record the sale and leaseback. So, dalawa yung nire-record natin transaction dito, yung sale at lease. So, dito, we will debit cash, 5 million. Then also debit right of use asset, 3,672,800. Then we will credit equipment for 4,800,000. We also credit lease liability na 3,591,000. So, before ako mag-proceed sa gain on right transferred, so, yung cash natin dito, galing yan sa ating sale transaction and also the equipment. Ito namang right of use asset at ang lease liability, yan yung sa lease transaction. Yung lease liability natin, kung tandaan nyo, yan yung present value of rentals, yung sa measure natin kanina. And then, we also credit gain on right transferred. So, sa sale transaction, supposedly gain on sale yan. Pero, gain on right transaction, right transfer yung gagamitin natin kasi di naman totally dine-recognize ang asset but ni-leaseback. So, to know that, pwede tayo account. Yung i-add natin ang credit side and also the debit side. Then, i-subtract yung total ng credit side sa debit side. Result to 281,800. So, that's our gain on right transferred. Pero maliban sa T-account, na isolve naman natin yan kanina yung gain to be recognized. Diba? Yan yung 281,800. So, number 2, to record the annual rental for the first year. Dito, balikan natin yung sa ating table of amortization. So, we will debit interest expense for the first year, 287,280, and also the lease liability, ito yung principal amount na 612,720, and then we will credit cash the payment 900,000. So number 3 naman is to record the annual depreciation of right of use asset. So as for the right of use asset, it will depreciate over time, yung years of leaseback niya. So to know the amount of the depreciation is that we will divide the right of use of asset over 5 years na leaseback niya, and it will result to 734,560. So debit depreciation 734,560, and credit accumulated depreciation also na 734,560. Proceed naman tayo sa books of buyer-lessor. So the buyer-lessor shall apply the operating lease model because the lease term of 5 years is less than 75% of 8 years useful life of the underlying asset. Moreover, the present value of rentals of 4,591,000 is less than 90% of the fair value of 6 million. So to record the purchase of the equipment, we will debit equipment for 5 million and credit cash for 5 million. As you can see, ang ginamit natin ay selling price kasi yan yung purchase price niya. Number 2 is to record the annual rental. So dito, we will debit cash 900,000 and credit rent income for 900,000. Ma-account siya as rent income kasi ikaw ang lessor. Then lastly is to record annual depreciation of equipment. So asset automatically mag-depreciate talaga siya basta may useful life. Dito gagamitin natin ay ang selling price and i-divide natin siya sa useful life. So 5 million sale price divided by the 8 years na useful life is 625,000. So depreciation, i-debit natin and 625,000, then credit accumulated depreciation 625,000. So that's all for my report. I hope you find it helpful and easy for you to understand. Thank you. And now I will pass you to Miss Elgin Ribalde. Good day.